Morning, guys. How you doing? God bless you guys for tuning in today. Uh, I have something on my mind I want to talk about. I'm out doing some errands right now, and I'm sitting in the car waiting for someone who I drove to come up here to take care of some business. And something's on my mind right now, and I just want to talk about it. And it's about evil spirits. Yeah, they're real. um, you know, let's talk biblically first. You know, Ephesians, I think it's Ephesians 6 and 10, it says that the battle is a battle of principalities against the spirits of this dark world. Um, the spirits of this dark world. Well, that should tell you right there, and it's in the New Testament, and Paul's speaking of it, and, that's to tell everybody that spirits are real. A person, um, you know, when we're born, we're pure-hearted and we're selfish, and there are other spirits that are around, but I'm just going to talk about the selfish one right now. You know, uh, when a baby's a baby, they want what they want when they want it. They want it right now. They don't want anything else. Now, remember now in the book of Genesis, it says that we were built in God's perfect image. We were built just like Him, and that was in Genesis, if I'm not mistaken. And so, you know, you know, some of these spirits that we have within us, they're like natural spirits. What I mean by that is like it was given to us, from God. Some of us have dealt with them, and others have not dealt with them. Um, but spirits are real. I want to be the first to tell you. You know, um, I can speak to this like my mother. I love her with all my heart. Yeah, I really, really do. Like honestly. But sometimes she'll go to church every Sunday, and then when she goes to church and she comes back, I don't like being around her when she comes back from church because that battle that she's dealing with comes really, really hard on her. And so where she had just went to church and spent time with the Lord and getting a message from uh, her pastor or whatever, whoever's speaking that day, from her pastor, like I said, um, you know, she uh, she can't help herself. You know what I'm saying? It's like something's in her that when she comes back from church each and every week, like she has like an evil spirit, and I just don't like being around her on Sundays. For whatever reason, the rest of the week it calms itself down. I have a buddy of mine, and him and I we were like the best of friends, man. I mean, like seriously. And he has this spirit of jealousy that comes over him, and we could be just chilling out, you know, hanging out or doing whatever, talking about his kids, talking about my kids or whatever, and that spirit of jealousy will come in him, and I can see it, I can hear it in his voice, and you know, sometimes I just decided like it comes so hard on him. Sometimes it's best for me not to be around him, you know, and so I decided just to move myself on from that situation. You know, these spirits are real, guys. And we sometimes we don't see them, and we need to tell each other about the spirit. But a lot of times what will happen is people look at it as though you're talking down on them, as you're talking about them. They take it like you're saying something evil to them, so you really can't talk directly to them. So, and a lot of, and sometimes we get a spirit ourselves, and we ourselves start doing it too. Just to tell them about themselves. So these spirits out here, they come from the enemy. He's an authority in this world. I mean, he really is an authority. He doesn't have all authority, like it says Jesus has ultimate authority. in this world, but he is an authority, and his job is to steal, kill, and destroy. His job is to come and just take everything from you. You know, let me tell you about myself. You know, uh, you know, I remember I had just became ordained, and the spirit just came, man, and it was bad. And it wasn't just one type of spirit. I mean, it was all types of spirits. I mean, it was like a multitude of spirits that were attacking me. And you know, you know, I would try my best to fight them off, but it was really, really hard to fight them all off at the same time. And I gave in. You know, maybe that caused, you know, my separation and divorce from my wife. Maybe it didn't. I don't know. But you know, but what I can say from an honest man's perspective, just looking at my heart, just looking at into my mind, because sometimes you have to reflect back. You know, these spirits attack you so good, and they come at you so hard, and they're so real that it's surreal. It's literally surreal. Some of the things that you go through, and some of the things that you actually have going on around you, because you can't believe that you would actually, that you're actually putting yourself in this scenario. You know, I remember, you know, I was ordained, and I was uh, practicing the word. I was ordained practicing the word, and I got myself into a situation where I needed money. And so, you know, what do? I just said, well, hey, man, I'm going to start selling drugs, narcotics, crack cocaine, to be exact, marijuana, to be exact, pills, to be exact. I mean, I sold all this stuff within the last 5 years. Now, I don't do it anymore. I mean, but it was something that I went through. You know, it was because of the fact that I needed the money. You know, I see on social media uh, fairly recently there were people, and they were saying it was like a Ponzi scheme. They were like saying, okay, give $200 to this person, give $200, and this person gets $200, and the person gets $1,200 or whatever it may be. And that's a spirit as well. So we kind of go through all these different things, all these different spirits um, in life, and you know, it says it's the battle of principalities is what I'm speaking of out of Ephesians, and it truly is a battle because you know that it's not right to do these things, but you still go and you do them. You know, these spirits are so real. You know, I remember uh, uh, when I was younger, the spirits were over me then, and they were strong. And as a teenager, when you're going through puberty and all these different things, and your mind's going in 1,000 different directions, you know, these things attack you, man. You know, and so, you know, it, one of the things the Bible says is that it says that that put on the full armor of God. We really, literally have to do that every single day. We have to put on the full armor of God, because if we don't put on the full armor of God, one of those spirits is going to find a way in, and he's going to stay there for a while. You know, it took God to actually remove me from a certain situation, just so that this other spirits wouldn't become more. You know, I remember when I was out there hustling, selling things. Um, you know, greed was coming. You know, at first I was just trying to eat. You feel me? I was just trying to eat, and then it went to, well, oh, man, I gotta get another ounce. You know, I gotta sell all this crack cocaine, and and yeah, I was getting the money. I can't lie to you, I was getting money, but I was tearing down people's spirits, and making it easier for spirits to attack them. You know, as I reflect back on, what I was doing, you know, I was looking out for myself, but it was causing a greater problem. So, guys, I'm telling you that we need to learn to really and truly put on our full armor of God, because if we don't, my God, I mean, you can end up dead. You can end up in prison. You can end up pushing loved ones away. You can end up just doing all these different things because there's a spirit attacking you. A lot of times when I see people, I don't get mad at a person for acting a certain way. I say it's the spirits around that person. You really have to just kind of overlook things, and that's really the only way that you can, defeat it. Because see, if that spirit is in them, then you have to show them the opposite. And once you show them the opposite, then maybe they'll understand it and get to see it, and get and their lives will change. So guys, help each other out. One of the great things about the Bible is that, you know, um, uh, you know, it's every Christian's duty. Let me say it like this: it's every Christian's duty to pull up the next man. You know, now some people you can't pull up because they're so stuck in their spirits that they won't. But later on down the line, God has a way of working it all out for you. So, uh, what I'm saying to you guys is that I really, really want you to focus on trying to not pointing out so much evil spirits in people, but uh, show them the opposite, so that way maybe they'll see that, and that'll change their mind about on different things. I mean, these spirits are out here, and their job is to destroy our lives, and so we have to actually try to, mentally defeat them. And so that's a difficult job, man. And that's the job of every pastor out there, every evangelist, every person who is a person of God, prophet. You know, um, that's just a way of doing it. So let's try to lift each other up instead of tearing each other down. Because the more we tear each other down, you have to realize that that's going to come back on you 10,000 fold. Until next time, my friends, God bless.